I declare the congregation open. Members of the university, guests, but especially all of you graduating here today, it is an enormous pleasure to be able to welcome you all here in person on what is a very special occasion. And graduations really are something special. It's a time to reflect, a time at points to be solemn, but above all, as you will see and experience, it is a time to celebrate. Today's celebration is a process whereby our graduands become graduates. And as I think back over, what I know of the 60-year history of this great university, I've been thinking that there can never have been a generation of our graduands assembled who've collectively been through so much in order to reach this point, their graduation ceremony. For those of you home students from the UK, starting as an undergraduate those years ago, you were probably the first experimental cohort to experience the new GCSE grading system. You first experienced COVID lockdown as you reached the end of your studies in sixth form. You then found your A-level exams were cancelled, then the grades algorithmically assigned, places allocated to universities through those grades that then got revisited, both the grades and in some cases, not at Lancaster, positions at university changed. And then you arrived here to cycles of lockdown, sporadic industrial action, imposed restrictions, blended learning and so much more. And that, as I say, is just a reflection on that generation of UK-based undergraduates starting their degrees at 18 or 19. Today, we have graduating as well international students who came to the UK during those times and experienced much of the same thing, but away from the comforts of home, away from that family that were supporting them. And we are also graduating here today PhD students who had to undertake their research in those difficult times, often having to substitute laboratory and classwork for periods of theoretical study. And just a word about our PhD students, and I see them gathered here before us. To get a PhD is really something truly exceptional, because in order to qualify and successfully get your degree, you have to do something that nobody's ever done before. You have to discover something original in your field. Not only discover it, but you have to communicate it and convince your peer group and indeed a set of world experts about the veracity of what you've discovered. It's a truly astonishing accomplishment, and we look forward in celebrating your PhDs. You will get a bit of a smattering of what those PhDs are about from the titles, though they may not mean quite as much to you as they do to some of us, some on the front row and some in the audience and on the stage. If I speak with some kind of personal conviction about the experience of our graduating cohort of 2023, it's because I see it through two lenses. One, as a staff member here at Lancaster, with the privilege and responsibility of educating and supporting our students to their graduation. But I also identify with, I dare say, some of you here in the audience supporting your children, because my youngest son, was part of that 2023 cohort. So I've watched those struggles of our graduating students as a parent too, and I'm hugely proud of his achievements, though I have to say he wasn't lucky enough to go to Lancaster. We're celebrating these achievements from our students from Grizedale College, from the County College, and, as I've mentioned, PhD graduands, and they're from the Faculty of Science and Technology. For those graduating from Grizedale and the County College, I'm sure those colleges have played a really important part of your time here. Our colleges do give that sense of support and community, a social life, and they're also often the foundries whereby lifelong friendships are forged. Of course, they're great for creating some well-natured intercollegiate rivalry and competition too, and I dare say you've experienced. Whether you're getting an undergraduate degree here today or indeed a doctoral degree, I offer you my most sincere congratulations. Now, as you can possibly tell from the way we're all dressed up, these are formal occasions, but they are also occasions to be enjoyed. So let me encourage you to enjoy it, and to do so by enthusiastically applauding our graduates as they come across the stage. There will be times for silence, but there is a lot of time for clapping and for appreciation, and do make the most of it. It's a celebration day, and as we get closer to the evening, I dare say that for some of you that celebration will extend well into the night. And this is a time when we're celebrating you graduating, those of you who are graduands now, claiming what you've earned. Nothing was easily obtained. And it's a ceremony that reflects that commitment. I often think about the steps that you take across the stage. The first part of those steps, the steps towards shaking my hand, are the steps of progress that you've made in your study, those steps of accomplishment that you've made. But then you go on from me, and that's critical too, because as you graduate, you go on to the next era, the next phase of your life. And all that while, the temptation is for you to walk very fast across the stage and get it over and done with. But I do encourage you to take your time to soak up the applause, because it is for you, it is your accomplishment and that future that you're stepping into that we're celebrating. And it is the start of a new era, the end of one, but the start of something else, as you join the alumni community of Lancaster University. It's a community that spans pretty much every country of the world, and it's a network that will provide support and advice, friendship and guidance throughout your lives. Do stay in touch with us. Do make sure that you also collect your free t-shirt. So much that you have on offer. But seriously, we do like to hear how those steps beyond Lancaster go. We do encourage you to stay in touch with us. And who knows, you may come back onto this stage as an alumni award winner, or indeed as a staff member, or perhaps even for an honorary degree. But stay in touch with us. We love to hear how your story continues. For you, our students, you are amongst our finest ambassadors. And wherever your future takes you, I know that you will become engaged in your local communities, making a real difference, doing us proud as a university, and in doing so, building our own reputation as you change the world for the better. Now, while you're doing that, we will be working hard to keep up our end of the bargain, ensuring the enduring value of the qualification that you've completed. One measure of that enduring value is the league table position of the university, which we strive to improve every year. So, as you will know, depending on which league table you look at, Lancaster sits in the top dozen or so of UK universities, and currently in the international league tables, 122nd out of more than 1,500 ranked universities globally. It's a great university, proud of its accomplishments, but striving to do better still and to enter that global top 100. But it's a university that is transformed by you being here. You will have left your mark on this university. And again, as I think of you, our graduating cohort of 2023, it is through, in no small measure, your urging that we've made strides in this university to be more sustainable. In addition to the wind turbine that you may have seen as you've driven past on the M6, we do have planning permission now for a solar photovoltaic farm. We're already one of the UK's highest producers of renewable energy out of all UK universities. We continue to reduce our emissions, now 50% of what it once was, and we're committed to being carbon neutral by 2035. And much of that drive, as I say, has come from you, our student body. And not only is it affecting how we act as a university, it underpins much of the research that we do, and indeed we're building it into our curricula too. We're committed to evolving our day-to-day practices and environmental policies to address climate change and the climate emergency. But there's so much more than what we do around sustainability. We have a firm and powerful commitment to our local area, to the city and to the region of the Northwest where we find ourselves. And it's great, again, that we've learnt much from you, our graduating students, for many of you have volunteered in the community during your time here. And many of you will go on to serve the community locally. You may stay to study, you may stay to act as doctors in our hospitals, you may go on to found companies, spin out companies out of Lancaster University that make huge impact. Some of you will have taken part in the efforts to bring the Eden Project to Morecambe, and others of our staff are developing the Morecambe Bay curriculum. This is a unique community-led opportunity to design and equip children and young people with the skills to look after both themselves but also the planet. And I've focused on sustainability here, but there are so many other areas of important global questions that the interdisciplinary strength of Lancaster University is able to turn to and to help resolve. Those global challenges reflect on the fact that Lancaster itself is a global university, open to the world. And while we're graduating here today in Lancaster, next week students will graduate in Malaysia from our Sunway partnership with a Lancaster University degree. And Sunway is just one of 4 international partnerships that we have graduating Lancaster students. They're in Germany, in Ghana, and China, as well as Malaysia. It means that we've got, at any one instant, a third of our students taking Lancaster degrees away from this campus and doing so overseas. So that's currently more than 8,000 students studying for a Lancaster degree outside the UK. And that doesn't touch on our partnerships with FE colleges and University Academy 92, where we're also widening participation and allowing students who might never have thought about going to university the opportunity to study for a Lancaster degree in a slightly different way. And our global footprint is extended to the campus itself too, and we're delighted to welcome students from all over the world. At latest count, we had about 183 countries represented on the campus. And that rich diversity in the students is mirrored by a diversity in our staff too. It's a diversity which is enormously beneficial to the vitality of the campus, but also in preparing our students for life in an increasingly global and connected society. And I know that there will be some in the audience here who will have travelled right around the world in order to be here to support someone graduating today. I can talk for a long period about the successes of this university, but the most important thing about Lancaster University is that it is inherently about people. And behind every celebration that we recognise today, every success story, every individual walking across the stage, there will be people behind that success. They may be family and friends, a partner who's supported. There may be staff who've played a particularly influential role in that success. So, graduands, as you celebrate rightly today your achievements, you might want to spend just a moment perhaps thanking those who've supported you through that time and acknowledging that they've been there for you, perhaps through some of the tough times that I was describing earlier. I'm sure it has made a real difference to you. And I am so pleased that so many of your family and your friends have been able to come with us today in person. So as I conclude, you are joining a very special community, the Lancaster alumni community, and there are, at latest count, 170,000 others like you who've graduated from this university. And it's a community that really expresses the very best of today's world, and you will go on to do great things in your lives ahead. Many of you will become very high achievers, great thinkers and top leaders. But critically, I know that all of you will carry the values of Lancaster University with you wherever you go, recognising and caring for the people around you to make a real difference there. And the difference and impact that you have will be felt throughout society, whether you're in local communities or affecting the global community, whether you're working in industry or in charity, in private companies or in the public services. All of those ways you will make a really positive difference based in part by your experience forged here. Because you've come here from many different backgrounds and you will go on to live in different parts of the world, working in differing locations and environments. But there is a common thread for all of you, which is that you're bound together by that common history of your experience here at Lancaster. And when you leave, I know that you will take something of Lancaster with you. You'll take your memories, the friendships that you've forged, they will be with you. You will think of the staff who've taught and supported you. If you're lucky, you may think of some of the knowledge that you may have gained here too. But whatever you've learnt in your studies, there is one thing that I think and I hope that you will take away from you, which is what you've learnt about yourselves. That if you persevere, it pays off. That if you follow your dreams, you can and you will achieve great things. So, congratulations once again. I wish you all the very best for your future lives, whatever paths they take. Thank you.
Please may all PhD graduates of the Faculty of Science and Technology stand. Vice-Chancellor, on behalf of Senate, I present these members of the Faculty of Science and Technology who are worthy to receive higher degrees of the university. Please note that I'll be reading out both the graduate's name and also their thesis title. Please hold off on your applause until I've completed reading their name and the title. Thank you in advance. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Mohammed Sadi Adamu, Education, Technology Design and Deployment in HCI 4D, a Nigerian Perspective. Farhad Suleiman Al-Tuwajri, Investigating Agile Adoption in Saudi Arabian Software Industry. Ben Black, Parametric Distributionally Robust Optimization Models for Resource and Inventory Planning. Jake Granger, Spectral Time Series Analysis of Ocean Wave Buoy Measurements. James Grant, Poisson Process Bandits. Stuart Haffenden, An Embodied and Ecological Approach to Auditory Display Design. James Edward Jackson, The Use of Saturated Count Models for Synthesis of Administrative Data. Evanthia Kukuli, Statistical Methods for Modelling Complex Longitudinal Data. Anastasia Mantsu, Bayesian Modelling and Inference for Multiple Network Data. Sarah Kibirij Mukisa, A Framework for Privacy-Aware Design in Future Mobile Applications. Sarah Oscroft, Statistical Estimation of Flow Components and Diffusivity from Ocean Drifter Velocity Observation. Cheng Ku, Exploring the Design Space of Mobile Apps for Depression-Associated Memory Impairments. Ludwig Seidenmark, Coordinated Eye and Head Movements for Gaze Interaction in 3D Environments. Livia Susanna Stark, evaluation of the intelligent collection and analysis process. Stan Hermanus Antoine Tendike, multivariate oceanographic extremes. Simon Urbas, Bayesian inference and prediction for inhomogeneous Poisson processes and a competitor for HMC. Please may all PhD graduates of the Faculty of Science and Technology stand.
By my authority as Vice-Chancellor, I confer upon these members of the Faculty of Science and Technology the higher degrees for which they have been presented. Many, many congratulations to you all. Very well done.
May all County College graduates stand. Vice-Chancellor, on behalf of the Senate, I present these members of the County College who have completed their first degrees of the university. For the degree of Master of Chemistry, Molly Ann Archbold. For the degree of Master of Physics, Daniel Field. Jack Thomas Hill. Gethin Brynmore John Hughes. Jacob Thomas Duller Hughes. Thomas Peter David Peacock. Alexandra Daisy Roberts. Harvey Richard Mark Stanfield. Maximilian Fabrice Walker Long. Matthew Jamie Waters. James Wiley. For the degree of Master of Psychology, Alicia Ray Beatrice Morton. Lucia Torralba. For the degree of Master in Science, Joshua Berry. Ben Jacob Clark. Joseph Albert Dre. Esme Garland. Jack Sean Gunn. Jessica Elaine Hale. Keris Jess Hall. Edward Hayward. Victoria Patricia Higgins. Iona Heather Toga Ingle. Zoe Kiriakou. Emma Charlotte Lunn. Charlotte Frances Rigby. George Singleton. Lydia Aminata Monique Marie Toure. George Walker. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Vanessa Andresakova. Amy Louise Brown. Thomas Degg. Luke Robert Donahoe. Benjamin David Grine. Kate Emily Hazeldine. Rebecca Carolinati, sorry. Andrea Maria Miliganu. Timothy Joseph Murphy. Louise Mariko Stansfield. Harriet Jane Taylor. Amy Jane Williams. Zijun Zhu. For the degree of Bachelor of Engineering, Josephine Sarah Bailey. Griffith Ghazali. James Harry Hewitt. Harrison York Kelly. Bryony Eve Meach. Daniel James Rimmer. Joseph Wilson. For the degree of Bachelor of Science, Lucy Ackers. Amy Airy. Julian Alexander Orkerson. Isaac Allenby. Nala Abdulhadi Yusuf Ibrahim Mohammed Al-Sabah. Luke Armstead. Katie Aspin. Hugo Barellon Kendall. Rebecca Barringer. Anya Bonham. Eleanor Bolton. Colin Janos Yinwei Bauer. Dulcie Ray Brewer. Janine Brown. Paige Annie Brown. Jenny Ellie Mae Standaloff Buckley. Charlotte Butcher. Olivia Buxton. Maria Salgado. Oscar Corley. Mihalis Hamby. Juk Lam Charlene Chan. Philippa K. Charlton. Isabel Cheeseborough. Oliver Jing Hugh Chu. Hannah Clough. Alice Joanna Craig. Jessie Kate Cummerson. Grace Elizabeth Davidson. Elijah Dawson. Kin Ding. Nia Mary Louise Evans. Neve Ann Fitzgerald. Valeria Girardi. Ilya Gershenson. Gian Marco Gonzalez Gloriani. Callum Benjamin Good. Molly Maisie Grant. James Cheeham Gravestock. Emily India Green. Molly Green. Ben Greenwood. Georgia Emily Griffith. Roman Alessandro Palmer Garenti. George Gutteridge. Melissa Hake. India Marie Haynes. Ethan James Halliday. Charlotte Harwood. Hannah Rhiannon Haitley. Erin May Overton Hawkin. Francis Spike Hodgson Williams. Eve Annabel Holder. Daniel William Holmes. Amelia Jones. Sarara Kataoka. Imogen Kingsman. Wang Pok Lee. Edward Archie Lucas. Abigail Mason. Joe Mason. Kelly Jean McGinty. Sophie Marie Michael. Stefan Milinkovic. Alex Marie Mills. Oliver Leo Misra. Emily Jade Moynes. Joseph John Harrington Murphy. Katie Ellen Murray. Thomas William Nisbet. Samuel James Nugent. Isabel Grace O'Connor. Callum O'Donnell. Leslie Fora Angel Yuwandi Paul. Johnny Pete. Harley Cleese. Hannah Victoria Quirk. Camilla Iman Rind Mohammed. Charlotte Rice. Jamie Graham Rock. Bridget Rasheen Seymour Jones. Amy Elizabeth Snodden. Sophia Laura Sousa Gomez. Owen Patrick Stapleton. Andra Claudia Stefan. Julia Helena Stepien. Melissa Claire Stringwell. Jotham Peter Sugden. Emily May Tall. Ellen Jane Terry. Catherine Isabella Theophanus. Rebecca Sarah Turpin. Isabel Rebecca Walmsley. Sophie Emma Waterer. Amy Victoria Williams. Fan Yang. Yujin Zhu. Please may all County College graduates stand.
By my authority as Vice-Chancellor, I confer upon these members of the County College the degrees for which they have been presented. Very many congratulations to all of you. Fantastic. Well done.
Please may all Grizedale College graduates stand. Vice-Chancellor, on behalf of the Senate, I present these members of Grizedale College who have completed first degrees of the university. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Maget Emri bin Azizi. Kaylee Nicola Bates. Victoria Brennan. Ho Ting Chan. Licken Anson Fong. Evie Gallen. Alba Garcia Real. Kalina Milanova Georgieva. Harris Isa Giga. Devansh Hemant Kumar Gulati. Andrea Maria Magiri. Archie Oliver. Michaela Velikova. Cao Chao Zeng. For the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration, Laura Zore Constantine Azimi. Donna Enrique Bore. Fonsavan Laura Misiefon. For the degree of Bachelor of Science, Adam Al-Sharifi. Jason Anthig. Ali Asker. Lonnie O. Karis Victoria Ellen Bethel. Edvardas Bogadel-Shachikovas. Catherine Charlotte Bolton. Madeleine Esther Broadhurst. Isabel Anna Bushell. Oliver Thomas Carey. Ashley Reese Carrington. Michael Valenti Charalumbus. Kinyan Chen. Yuji Chen. Lucy Frances Clark. Benjamin James Cooper. Luke Darlington. Lila Evelyn Michelle Degano. Sebastian Florin Dobra. Marie Duguay. Bentil Abeku Duka. Anka Livia Dumitrescu. Lucy Olivia Dunhill. Alice Durkin. James William Eade. Andrew James Elder. Antonio Angelo Felicello. Kian Jeffrey Gallagher. Thomas Adrian Rudolph Gibier. Lucia Gordo. James Carlo Richard Green. Laura Green. Thomas James Hames. Zachary James Harrison. Katrina Headings. Oliver Hecht. Eliza Henriette. Jack Joseph Heppenstall. Max James Hodson. Rachel Lucy Holroyd. Alexander Hornestein. Jenna Alice Horton-Reeve. Alfie James Hughes. Sophia Dragomirova Ivanova. Elsie Mae Johnston. Owen Jones. Matthew David Laurenti. Xingyan Li. Penyu Li. Molly Marchant. Matthew Morris. Joanna Opafunmi Oshanusi. King Hin Pan. Okay. Benedict Parker. Michelangelo Pilato. Simran Rayarel. Haimi Rueda Amores. Roisin Aisha Sajad. Thomas William Saunders. Fernando Sendra Arquiola. Olivia Jane Shaw. Ewan Smith. Emma Rebecca Spedding. Joseph Stockley. Rebecca Sullivan. Nathan David Telford. Caius Tweed. Ibn Wen. Neve Williams. Chung Hae Wong. Ziming Wu. Yi Yang. Zicheng Yue. Shinling Wang. Chenxi Liu. Angelika Anna Tretiak. Please may all Grizedale College graduates stand.
By my authority as Vice-Chancellor, I confer upon these members of Grizedale College the degrees for which they have been presented. Many, many congratulations. Very well done. Our ceremony is almost at a close. We've had a great celebration, many carefully choreographed walks across the stage, quite a few selfies, one slight overinterpretation of taking your time on the stage. But what you don't see, that I get the privilege of seeing with every graduand becoming a graduate, is that sense of triumph, that sense of accomplishment, and that sense of optimism for the future. And nothing gives me a greater sense of optimism than you, our new graduates, going out in the world to change it. That, however, means that we do need to bring the congregation to a close, and I do so with a set of formal words. I declare closed this congregation of Lancaster University. Long may the university prosper.